Good morning. How are you? We are today. I didn't really know what to do then. Will that do?
That'll do.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are in. We in Norfolk or Suffolk?
North Norfolk.
Yeah. And well, I've got a very special guest. If you didn't guess already, the wonderful Sophie, a fellow traveller, explorer, amazing person, human being, etc., etc. You know the drill. You've seen her in a few videos, and you will see her in many more to come. This is Sophie's day today. We've gone out and we're doing a few videos. I've kindly been invited by her to go out and check out some amazing stuff. And today we are here at English Heritage Trust place. Creake, we hope we say that right, Creake Abbey, which is a ruined abbey, and it is simply stunning. It's small, but lovely. Sophie, first impressions before they have their history lesson.
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Lovely.
Oh, really friendly sheep.
You'll see it in the, you saw it, but you probably didn't hear the audio, but they were calling out wonderful sheep, beautiful. But we're here and it's really nice.
It is really pretty.
Very early in the morning and we've got it all to ourselves. Enjoy your history lesson and we will see you on the other side. Bye. Situated in North Norfolk lies a truly hidden gem of history, that of Creake Abbey. Although a ruin, its location and remains really are a thing of beauty. So, as to the history, well, originally it was noted that the site started life as an almshouse for the poor, then turning into a chapel, which was founded by the Augustinians, then enlarging the site to turn it into a priory in the early 13th century. As was common, the abbey needed a water source, so that would be supplied by the River Burn and would be vital in helping the priory grow. So, then in 1225, Henry III elevated the priory to abbey status, and it benefited from many generous donations. The height of the abbey would be during the 14th century, when it would contain 6 canons and become a focal point for worship, and was also still functioning as an almshouse for the residents, which was unusual for the area. The start of the abbey's demise came when a fire in around 1484 left the abbot of Creake petitioning for the king to help. So Richard III, who was the king at the time, donated help to rebuild the abbey, and even though work was going well and near completion, it would be in 1506 when an outbreak of the sweating sickness wiped out the monastic community, with the abbot sadly himself being the last to die. Then, over time, seeing multiple owners and neglect, the abbey lies in the ruins that you now see today. Thankfully, English Heritage has taken over the site and is a popular place once again with Grade 1 listed status, and is well worth a visit should you be in the area. Well, welcome back everybody. What a treat. First impressions, like we said, are absolutely amazing to be here for the size of it. Really nice, isn't it? It's very tranquil actually, I think personally. It's got quite a peaceful... I literally just jinxed that. On the motorbikes coming down. You know, they are the people that we encountered by the shop. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to walk down here. So obviously this is the nave, and you can see where the original pillars would have been. We've seen that on a few abbey sites as well. Some actually we've seen where the I'm trying to remember from memory from previous videos, Netley Abbey in Southampton still had some of the pillars from memory. One that didn't was Lesness Abbey in South London.
Bayham has some little ones.
Bayham has some, yeah, good, well done. Obviously Sophie, as you all know by now, is a fellow explorer and very good at her duties. How can you say that? Yeah. But yeah, look at this. So that's the private. There's a private house there. Lucky for some that you get to say you live in a house right by an abbey. and the wall would have sort of continued going through that way, or the abbey would have extended out this way. So obviously where Sophie's wonderfully walking through that beautiful nave there, coming through, imagine these big old pillars coming through, and then you come into this rather quaint abbey. Wow, look at that. Every corner is a picture postcard worthy, I do believe, isn't it? Amazing. Look at that. Oh wow, look at those beautiful arches when you look up. That is incredible. See, look, there's Sophie to put into context. You actually, it's amazing when you look from distance, you realise how big everything is. You look, I mean, you're not. How tall are you? 5'4". 5'4". Wonderful, really. I mean, actually, to be honest with you, I know we sort of say this, when you see ruins like this, it does, you can imagine Tolkien writing about like ruins of, like, you know, on a sort of Tolkien-esque landscape. Yeah, me and Sophie were sort of saying about, like, even though, like I said, the size, it's got a lot of like different features that we sort of recognise from other abbeys, but not more importantly, is that this was Sophie's plan one for today. In fact, actually, a lot of the things that will come up, depending on whatever order they're in, will be Sophie's ones, which is brilliant because I've never been to any of them. No. So this is all new to me as well, which is nice.
I've kidnapped you for the day.
You have actually, and it's been a wonderful experience so far. Even we've had a jolly good giggle beforehand. We can't share that on this channel because we're trying to be professional. It's a history professional channel, but yeah, we've been monetising lots of other things, I think. Basically, dirty sense of humour that seems to creep out in the mornings. Well, I beg your pardon. Basically, if any of you aren't familiar with a popular TV programme called The Young Ones, and that sort of mindset of, like, you know, like that attitude, yeah, see? Very similar to that. I think it's probably the humour that we would, if you want to sort of ever understand our humorous ways. That, and do you ever remember the Fast Show?
No.
Oh, see, no, you're a little bit younger than me, but the Fast Show, I am a bit. Yeah, did I ever actually think I'd ever come to an ruined abbey in Norfolk and talk about an old popular British TV programme called The Young Ones? Who knows? Probably no, I don't think it was on the list. Oh yeah, look at the well spotted. There she goes. Road to nowhere. And jump. You're in an abbey and you keep saying. Sorry. Yeah, they're beautiful little things, aren't they? That's what I mean. Like, we always talk about ruins. The reason why they're so amazing to me and beautiful is that you just, your imagination has to work, you know, and it really just has to work it out and has to picture what these types of places would have looked like. And we know that obviously in that essence that would have been a wonderful spiral staircase. Look at that. We obviously see our square little holes as well, which represented wooden beams. She's up there again, you see. It's like a mountain goat. Yeah. She likes heights. Somebody's put a beautiful little, that's plastic, I'm afraid, I think. Or is it plastic? Or no, it's real. Ooh. Somebody's picked that out. It's a rose, isn't it? It's wonderful. Look at that. Wow. If you can hear Sophie in the background giggling, sometimes the best thing to do is just ignore it, because if you challenge it, it might not be a healthy sort of like humour that she's going to share with us. She's in her own little bubble. See, look, that face. cheeky. Look at that. What I will do is, I'm very well aware that that says keep out, but I just want to show you. Unfortunately, now I'm going to explain this to people out there just in case, but because our British summers have recently, in the past few years, been overly excessively hot, it's actually taken quite a big damage on our medieval sites because of the building materials that they were using, sort of like rotting away. Where were you? Aylesford Castle? Aylesford Castle? Aylesford Castle. You were, weren't you?
No.
Yes, you were. You tried getting there.
Oh, Ensford.
Ainsford Castle. Sorry, we'll get Sophie in. And that was that building works again on that one?
I don't know why it was shut, but
As of recording this, the one that I've not actually filmed for my channel for similar reasons why you see scaffolding is Canterbury Castle, Canterbury Keep, which we can't go in at the moment at the time of recording this because it's still being repaired, and also actually Saffron Walden Castle, which I was, as of recording this, not too far away from, well, sort of not too far away from here-ish, but this side. Their castle was obviously under repair as well, and the museum's curator, who you saw in Saffron Walden's air raid shelter video, if you watch that, he was talking about obviously the materials. What happens is that the British summer heat is so hot that things just start flaking and sort of like decaying, crumbling. So they have to, like, literally, as we see in front of us, have to sometimes just put these up just to reduce some of the damage. So yeah, it's sad, but unfortunately true. Look at that. Here we go. Again, Sophie's talking to herself in the background, everybody. I just normally just turn the camera on when I'm with Sophie, because we know that if you're familiar with this channel and Sophie being in it, she does have some gems of conversation that she imparts to. She likes to think it's to herself most of the time, but you in the general audience will probably hear those mumblings. As we see, because it's English Heritage, I always say about information boards, and I'm really proud that they do a fantastic job of like information. Like we said before, as we walk through the nave, because that's where we walked into, and now we're here by the passage, and then there's a chapel just in front of us, and then it goes. In a sense, the other phase would have carried on actually that imagery, the reduced Abbey Church, as it sort of says, I'll bring you a little bit closer in, would have continued where we're sort of roughly there. Because you can see how over time, obviously, the Abbey changed, which is common with any religious site most of the time. It either gets larger or it gets reduced. And obviously, as in the title, it says devastation by fire and disease.
So they had the plague, and then the last abbot died by himself.
That's right, yeah. So when we're on the journey up here today, obviously the history lesson will probably reiterate some of this, but this was one for you because you'd said that it was quite an interesting story, mainly because of that.
Yeah, sad, and then it just got passed back to the ground. That was it. Recommissioned.
I often think it doesn't matter if you're religious or not, or if you are, whatever denomination you class yourself as, when you're in places like this, there is an element of just reflection and tranquility and beauty about it that actually you don't, regardless of what its status and what it represented, it's wonderful, really. You do get that sort of sense, don't you?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Look, and then here we are behind us. Look, we talk about stuff and then we talk about the beauty of things, and there we are. Look at that. Amazing. I think this might be the smallest, prettiest place I've been to in a very long time. There's just something about it. I think also the time that we're here, we've got luck with the weather. As of recording this as well, just a bit of personal information, something was nice to share. It was peeing hard with rain this morning, wasn't it?
Oh, you're saying it's peeing hard with rain?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was very rainy this morning, which was well needed, but a bit nervous coming up here, hoping that it would sort of like reduce, and it has.
Oh,
Wonderful.
lovely.
Well, everybody, thank you so much. Here she is, taking some photos, bless her. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful little mini video. Well, it might not be mini, but it will be a good size for you to enjoy at Creake Abbey in Norfolk.
In Creake.
Thank you. Thank you, Sophie.
Welcome.
Because it's weird, I'm saying thank you to her.
I'm the one that brought you.
But you're the one who brought me. So yeah, but thank you, Sophie. What a great one. Really, really good. I like this a lot, this one.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody. Much love to all of you out there. Because history matters, Phoenix history, that is, and history in general. You know that. I've got weird, isn't it? I started with memory loss, so I'm going to end with memory loss. No, it's right. Take care, everybody. Much love to all of you out there. You ready, Sophie?
Oh, yeah.
Come on in. Kapow.